What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. Today we're going to be doing a I cannot believe you just asked that in public question video. How many of you guys have posted to a Facebook group, asked something, and then just gotten a bunch of smart-ass remarks, people laughing at you because it was a really stupid question? Or so they thought. Now, I'm not going to lie. I get a good laugh at some of the shit y'all ask sometimes. But then I stop to think, and I think, okay, if they are new to the game, brand new, they don't know anything about the game, they're not going to know the basics. They're not even going to know what a mayor's pass is, right? So, it's really not that stupid of a question for somebody who just started out on the game. But, never fear, okay? I'm here to answer all of the stupid, ridiculous questions new players ask so that you don't have to go and look stupid on Facebook. Or at least drop it in my inbox. Okay, so the first ridiculous question that I get quite a bit actually is this little logo on the left-hand side of your screen. Okay? This. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this if you are at least level 11. You unlock this at level 11. Up in the top right corner of this, you see this little green diamond with numbers, okay? These numbers represent Contest to Mayor's points. The Contest to Mayor's is that tower in the water on your capital map that you unlocked. Now, when you go to your capital map, you're going to start off in the bottom league. Okay, you only get so many assignments in the lower leagues. Every league that you go up, you get more assignments. The goal is that you score the highest in your group. Not your group of people that you're on SimCity with, but in your league of people, which is just going to be random mayors on SimCity. Okay? Once you join a group, all of your guys' scores add up to a group chest, and you guys will be able to collect those rewards as a group. But you have your own rewards, your solo rewards. Okay, so here, this screen here that you guys are probably not very familiar with, but you're going to get familiar with it. This little tower right here in the water. Right here. This thing. Okay? Click it. Start completing assignments. Now, this is probably the hardest part of the entire game for people, is understanding what assignments to complete and why. And that is why you're going to watch about 300 of my videos so that you can become a pro at this. Okay, but until then, let's start smaller. Just start with what are all these damn buttons on your screen? What do they all mean? All that good stuff. Okay? The next ridiculous question that I get quite a bit is why are my items disappearing when I post them for people? Okay? When you post items for sale, notice how all these items are still here. Okay? When you click on the item that you want to sell, there is a little blue box right here on the bottom right corner. It says advertise 12 hours. When you advertise, you're going to see that little blue global symbol. And what that means is that your item is now available for purchase over here on the global market, where all players can see it. Okay? Until that item is removed, all items in your depot can be purchased by anybody, and they're going to pop up with a logo that is just blue with no picture. Okay? That means that Global purchased it. Now, if you have people on your friends list, and I highly recommend that you do not add people. So many people go to Facebook groups, they go, hey, people add me, I need friends, I need blah blah. Do not do that. Okay, because unless you make it very clear to them that they should not be buying from your depot, they can access your depot at any time by simply clicking on this little people icon here and scrolling over and going and traveling to your city. So unless they know better than to buy from your depot, you could have things up for people or for yourself for another city, and they could purchase it. Okay. The next ridiculous question. How do I get Sims Cash? Well, that kind of depends, really. There's a lot of ways to get Sims Cash, but overall, when you're talking in terms of a lot of it, this right here, this tower, this is where the entire heart of the game lies, okay? Everything that is important about this game is right here in this tower. Now, you can make coin without this tower. Absolutely. That's pretty easy to get. But if you want to actually be successful at the game in anything but war, then you're going to need to complete contest to mayor's assignments, and a lot of them, because that's going to be where your cash comes in, and that's going to be where your platinum keys come in. Now, coins are very easy to get once you kind of learn the basics of the game on what you're supposed to be purchasing, what you're supposed to be selling, what you're supposed to be making, learning how to manage your money and where to spend it. Believe it or not, even though you can pick up this game and just kind of do whatever you want because there's no actual goal that they set for you, you need to set goals for yourself. Most games, it's like, okay, they set a goal. They say, okay, you're going to go to level 2. You're going to travel down this platformer game until you reach level 2, and then you're going to go on to level 3. It's not a game like that, okay? It's not an RPG where you build up your character and now you can just beat any monster in the game and woohoo, you beat the last monster and you win. It's not that kind of game, all right? It's just a strategy game. Time killer. That's basically what it is. You're going to set goals for yourself, and you're going to try to meet those goals based on playing in a strategic manner. If your goal is to unlock all the maps and be successful and have as much currency of each one that you want, then you're going to want to follow the Missy's Building Guide. If your goal is simply to just be a war player, then you're probably never going to go past level 24 to 29. And it really doesn't matter if you have a cool city because you're just a war player, okay? So you need to learn what kind of player you are, what goals you want, that kind of stuff. All right. The next question. Why are my Sims so unhappy? Well, odds are that you have a road broken somewhere, or you do not have enough required services for the Sims that you currently have. When you click on this here, it'll show you whatever is going on, whatever's red. Okay, if nothing here is red but your Sims are unhappy, click on the little bubbles next to the houses, see what they say. If it's showing you a fire symbol, you're going to see this red. This fire symbol is going to be red. And what that means is that one of your houses does not have coverage for fire. It's pretty straightforward stuff. If you do have coverage for fire, if it's in that green square and it's showing that you don't have coverage, that means that you have a road broken somewhere and that the fire trucks cannot get to the house. Okay? Same thing with water, power, sewer, garbage. All that stuff, you have to have working roads that travel from it. Now, if you have certain services that have a pollution square, such as sewage, okay? This has a pollution square. Any home within this pollution square is going to start moving out. All right. Next question. How do I do an epic project? If you're asking me that, then I cannot answer that in this video, but I'm going to tell you this. You're not ready to do one if you're asking me that. Go watch the How to Hit Gold in 20 Minutes video and all about epics, okay? It is extremely important that you do not waste these epic projects on bronze or silver and that you do not start them until you are actually ready. One of the most important things in this game is that you do not level up too quickly and that you expand your storage and land as quickly as possible, okay? In fact, honestly, every single player here that is getting use from whatever I'm saying means that you need to go watch the Missy's Building Guide video. Now, that is the most important video on my channel. It's going to explain to you how to build the perfect city to where you're not broke, where you have a really successful city and you don't have to worry about half the crap that 90% of the players have to worry about, like paying your way through the game, because you can actually play your way through the game instead of pay your way through the game. Okay, I actually had this question come up yesterday on Facebook. How do I kill the monster faster? You know, when I make videos, you guys, I think, what's my topic and what all is needed to say about that topic? What are the questions that people are going to ask me? And let me tell you, sometimes the questions that I get, I would never think that that would be what people would actually ask me. I did not know that. So for those of you who want to know how to kill the monster faster, It's really quite simple, okay? When the monster is here, he has a certain attacks, I should say, certain number of attacks that are allowed to be used on him. Those attacks will be available to you on the right-hand corner of your screen when the monster's here. It'll show you which cards you can use on him. If you want to kill him faster, then you just simply do the highest attack per conservative energy cost. So if you get more points and more attack for using less energy but doing less damage and launching multiple times, then do it that way. If you get more damage faster done by launching bigger cards, then do it that way. Either way, when you kill the monster, it's really not worth it, honestly, because the prize that you get is crap. However, for people on the Missy's Building Guide, for low-level players, you guys really, really, really need those war points, because those war points you're going to use to stack up war cards that you have not unlocked, so that when you get to the point where you get to the Mega League, which is the biggest league over here on the comm tower, you can actually do certain assignments easily. Okay, assignments that cannot just be done because you want to do them, things that you actually need things for, like war cards. That's just another way that you can add war points towards that VU pass. Now, for those of you who don't know what the VU pass is, when you click on the monster or the war screen, this here is the VU pass, okay? This one, you go through and you earn points based on war points. Top right corner of the screen shows a war logo symbol. I need 400 war points to get the first level, okay? And then so on. Now, with every single pass in the game besides the design challenge. So side passes don't account for that either. Okay, so for VU pass and Mayor's pass, you have a top tier and a bottom tier, okay? The top tier is the blue tier. That is the tier that you get for free. See where it says free VU pass, okay, in the blue. If you want to get the lower tier, which is the gold tier, you have to pay the price that pops up here on the bottom corner of your screen. $2.99 for US people. So that does not mean that you get the prize just because you made the purchase. That means that you are allowed to earn the prize. Okay? So now that you've purchased the pass, you actually have to do the work and get the points, which is what a lot of people don't understand. Same thing as when you click on the Mayor's Pass. You purchase the Mayor's Pass, which means that you get the gold tier, but you actually have to complete the work. Okay? Now, there's 5 weeks in every pass, and you guys have a total of 75 assignments that you can do in the Mega League each week if you're in Mega. If you're not in Mega yet, you're going to start out lower than that. The last week of every pass is a double points week, okay? Every other pass, they take 1 week off before launching the new Mayor's Pass. So every other pass, we get the constant questions of, oh my God, where's the new pass? Don't freak out. It'll be here on the following week, okay? So I'm just waiting for those questions to roll in. Now, you can still play the Contest of Mayors until that week. It just doesn't go towards anything. You're basically going for the league prize, okay? So when you click on your tower here, and you click the leaderboard, this is the league that you are in. Tells you up at the very top. I'm in Metro. I'm going into Mega this coming week. Based on where you're at on this leaderboard will determine the prize that you get when the Contest of Mayors ends. If you fall above the promotion line, that means you go into the next league. The higher up in leagues that you go, the lower the promotion line gets, meaning you have to place in the top 10 people if you want to go into Mega, which for low-level players, that's not really that hard to do. But for high-level players, it can be quite difficult. Okay, so then you have the stay in the same league fraction, and then you have the I'm getting brought down a league. Okay, you never want to go down. You always want to be going up a league. Now, if you are getting to the Mega League and you're not winning, you're not even coming close, then that means that you need to do a lot of studying and watch a lot of my videos. Now, The league prizes are here. Okay, so if you win first place in Mega, you get the 2,000 cash, the 250 platinum keys, and the 10 gold tokens. Then you have an additional prize that you get as a group. So when you click on the chat, this is where your group is. You're going to click challenge. Okay. As the people in your group add up their points, that's what this scoreboard is. So this is just the people in my group. They add up, all of our points get added up as a whole, and anybody who scored 3,000 points or higher is eligible to collect whatever chest we earn as a group. Okay, so we always get the legendary chest. If you hold down on it, that's 4 gold tickets and 15 random rares, and then 120 cash per week. So that's not a bad price, right, for everybody's efforts. So that's what you get in addition to your mega win if you win. Now, the people in my group, for the most part, they win every single week. And people who play with my techniques, for the most part, they win every week as well. Okay? Usually the only time that they lose is their own fault. It's from their own mistakes. Or very, very rarely are they playing against hackers anymore, but that does happen. It's rare, though. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up. Do not sell your rares. There's lots of tips that you guys can benefit from. But these are just the most ridiculous questions that I get for the most part. I mean, I get some pretty really stupid questions, but at that point, you know, there becomes a point where it's like, if you're really asking me that, you probably shouldn't be playing. Like, the efforts that it's going to take for me to educate you to where you need to be is just too far, you know? So all I can say to the people who are struggling that much, watch my videos. Okay, don't reach out to me directly for help if you're having that much trouble, because I don't have time to start at the bottom and re-say things that I've already said in 900 of my videos. Okay, I don't mind if people reach out to me for help, but you have to have some logic, okay? You gotta have some level of knowledge before I'm gonna even mess with you. Okay, you need to be able to do a task assessment. I need to have some basic understanding of how, you know, these assignment rotations work for high and low level players. What's a premium? What's a non-premium? You got to have all this stuff figured out. You can't just come to me with the bare basics and say, hey, make me a pro. I don't have time for all that. That's just too much. Okay? So if you have a video request, if you're struggling, if you aren't understanding things, put them in the comment section of this video, and I will do my best to answer questions for new players so that you guys aren't so confused, okay? So that way you don't have to go to Facebook and look like a ridiculous idiot for asking something so ridiculous. Now, again, I try to put myself in your guys' shoes. I think, what if I just installed this game and I had no knowledge of it, of any of it? How much of it would make sense to me? Probably not very much. So, you know, people, they don't think about that. They don't think about, well, how much did you know? You know, to me, if I didn't ever open the game, I would be looking at all this overwhelmed. What are all these buttons? What do they all mean? What do they all do? All I'm telling you guys is everything that you need to know about this game is on my channel, okay? Watch the beginner videos, watch the walkthroughs. First, I want you to watch the, the basic beginner tutorials, okay? Watch the Missy's Building Guide. That'll explain to you why you're doing what you're doing. And then I have a walkthrough playlist where I get you guys the first, 20, 22 levels, okay? Step by step, I go through it with you guys. You're going to do what I do on my screen. And hopefully by then, you have basic understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, and you're set up with a city where it's not garbage. Because believe it or not, there are things that you can do that make your city garbage, that are irreversible mistakes, okay? The biggest one of those mistakes is wasting experience. Every single time that you do an upgrade on a house is experience. It costs experience. You go up in level, okay? If you build the wrong type of houses, your city will be garbage. If you go past a certain level, your city will be garbage. If you go past a certain level before you've accomplished certain things in the game. Very important stuff. Don't build anything besides the regular residential homes. Don't unlock any beach or mountain until you're level 24 and in the Mega League. Do not and I repeat, do not take advice from Reddit or Facebook that you're getting from random people. Most of those people have no idea what they're talking about. Okay? I'm not saying every single person out there, because I can't read every single comment and say that. But I would say 95% of the comments or posts that I read, people don't know what they're talking about. They're simply just repeating what they heard, and look at where they're at. Are they a high-level player with 200 storage? Look at some of these other YouTubers. Look at their cities. Are they telling you how difficult it is to do an epic project? Are they telling you how much everything costs? And look at their cities, what they've accomplished. Okay, do you really want to take advice from somebody who's struggling? I don't think so. All right. The next question that I get a lot is, what is the maximum storage? Okay, the maximum storage is 700 to be increased with storage items. Now, you may notice here that I have a total storage of 845. The reason for this is because you get 20 per map that you unlock. You get to buy a storage facility per regional map unlocked, okay? That brings you up to 800, and then you have temporary storage that you get from the Mayor's Pass or from the VU Pass. I don't purchase the VU Pass, so if I wanted to purchase the VU Pass, I would have a lot more than 845. Okay, so basically 700 is max. It takes about 7,200 pieces to max out your storage, so do not buy them with cash under any circumstances. Okay, that's a huge waste of your cash. Cash is going to be very, very, very vital, especially early on in the game. Especially if you're a player who does not want to spend any real money on the game, then it's even more crucial that you hold on to your resources and follow my building guide accordingly. Trust me. You're definitely going to need it, because if you get to the Mega League and you've wasted your cash and you don't have any to play Mega with, you kind of have to have money to make money. And if you don't have it in the game to make it, then you're going to have to purchase it to get you started. And you're not going to want to end up in that situation if you're somebody who doesn't want to spend money on the game. So it's really important that you don't waste your cash, okay? The VU generator shop is another question that I get a lot. Is it worth it? Yes and no. It depends on the type of player that you are. If you are a player who wins the Mega League a lot and you have the extra cash to spend, you've purchased quite a few of your maxes already, then yes, it's absolutely worth it. But if you're somebody who does not win Mega a lot and you don't have your maxes, your shops aren't maxed out, no, it's absolutely not worth it. Okay? Now, for low-level players who are on the Missy's Building Guide who win Mega every week, this is exceptionally helpful for you because you guys can use it to make extra coin and prep for assignments. Low-level players have a hard time obtaining tokens or, getting certain things, assignments done at a timely manner because of downtime. So having that extra shop to kind of fund some coin and prep for items, because it mimics random shops, it can be exceptionally helpful, okay? Basically what the VU generator shop does is it does not sell you VU items. It mimics one of your shops. For example, this one here was a building supplies store before I got the 24-hour refresh on it. So every 24 hours, it mimics a different shop. So far, no, it has not mimicked a regional store or a seasonal store. It's just been the regular stores, okay? Now, in 24 hours, if these, let's say I put down a bunch of melons, and in 24 hours, the melons are not completed. They will finish completing, but I won't be able to put down more. I'll just be able to put down whatever the new shop is asking. As you can see here, it's still making nails because I had these placed down before the shop changed over. So it's going to finish making the nails, and then I'll be able, or I can still put things down now, but as you can see, I can make stuff from the barn. Okay, how much does it cost to max this stupid thing out? 4,880 cash to buy all the shop slots and buy the shop. It is not a cheap shop to purchase. Now, people on my building guide that win Mega every week, they have an obscene amount of cash. Obscene. They win every single week. They get 120 cash from the legendary chest every single week. They get 60 cash per war that we win, so that's another 120 cash if we play 2 wars a week. It's definitely, easy to stack up cash when you're playing properly. But when you're not playing properly, you guys are going to spend a lot of money on this game to try to pay your way through. And then you won't be able to purchase platinum keys. Now, you don't want to unlock regionals anytime soon. That is another huge mistake. Don't go past level 24. Do not camp too low level. You need to speed level to level 24. Do not camp below level 24. What's the next question I get a lot? Oh, this one came up on the Facebook group. How do I get these Paris items? So what he was doing was he wasn't packing the boxes, but he was hitting new shipment like this. And then he was paying the cash, not packing the boxes, hitting new shipment again. Again, I did not know people could be this stupid, but you know what? It happens. Here's how it works, okay? If I want to wait the 8 hours, these are the items that are going to be requested. It doesn't tell me how many. It just tells me what they're going to be so that I can kind of prepare for it. If I do not want to wait the 8 hours, and if you're doing an assignment, you cannot wait. Okay, this is why having cash for the Mega League is so important. These assignments, besides Paris, these assignments are all premium. Okay, so Tokyo and London are premium assignments. They can come in worth 3,000 points. That being said, you do not want to wait 5 hours. You have to do 3 of these. You can't afford to wait a day and a half to do one assignment. That's ridiculous. So you're going to pay for the shipment. Now, one way that you can prep for this assignment for you advanced players, notice how the Contest of Mayors doesn't start for another like 10 hours, 12 hours. This plane departs in 6 hours, 5.5 hours. Then I have, another 8 hours to wait. If I send away this plane now, it'll be back here by the time the contest begins, instead of having to wait 5 hours. So I'm going to click New Shipment, and I'm going to start that 12-hour timer, right? So we have 12 hours on the Paris flight, and we have 15 hours till the contest ends, or starts. So it'll have been here for 3 hours, which isn't too bad. It'll give me time to where if I do get that assignment, I won't have to pay for it. Whereas before, it would be 5 hours past that, so I'd have to wait 2.5 hours if I got one on my starting list. This is just one way that you can prep. Like here, this one doesn't come in for an hour and 50 minutes. When this one comes in, depending on how long it gives me, if it doesn't give me enough time to pack these boxes and send them away, I'm going to send this away again at 1 hour and 50 minutes. That way it's back here in time for the contest so that I don't have to pay $20. If I would have just sent this away sooner, I wouldn't have to pay the $20. Okay? So pay attention to your timers. Send your flights away. Same thing goes for cargo. For you high-level players, you already know that these are a ripoff to do outside of the contest. But basically how it works is you pack the boxes, and it's going to give you a little bit of coin back for your items. Not much, but a little bit. And then you're going to send away the flight, and then in return, you get whatever it's offering you. For example, cargo gives you 1 key, and then these ones give you a random airport item. Okay, so it'll be a teapot or a Tokyo lantern. Now, one thing that you do need to know is that if you pack the boxes, if you pre-pack these boxes and you don't have all 3 boxes packed, you cannot request a new shipment. You have to wait the timer out or pack the box and send it away, which really kind of sucks. Okay, so this one doesn't reset for 15 hours, which will be right around the time that the contest begins. So I'm going to request a new one. It'll be back here in 6, and then it'll be here for quite some time. Okay, and now I know what I need to gain. So another thing that I can do to prep for these is make sure that I have the items that it's asking for. For example, I'm going to make sure that I have drills, cheese, and donuts. And I'm going to make sure that I have these regional items, which honestly, I probably would not donate these because these are really hard items to obtain, depending on how many it's asking for. Okay. Now, these here, these little coins, most of these are a ripoff. Never sell your rares, but some of these do offer good deals. Go through them and check them. One of the easiest ways to get rares in the game for low-level players is going to be opinion bubbles. The little, bubbles that pop up on top of the houses. The best way to get those to pop up is to put parks down, move them around, put entertainment down, move it around, and just keep popping the bubbles as the Sims talk, and then you'll get more rares. Okay, so that pretty much sums up all of the ridiculous questions I can think of at the current moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Another thing that you guys can do to prep for your assignment for you high-level players, make sure that your design is ready to submit, but don't submit it until the contest starts. If you start off your week with a submit design challenge, just make sure that you do that assignment before the design challenge closes and submit it that way. Now, what else? Blueprints. You cannot get blueprints unless you submit design challenges, which cost experience. Every now and then they do allow you to buy blueprints, which is kind of a ripoff. If you do not use the blueprints before the pass expires, then you do not get them rolled over onto the next pass. Okay, so I will probably submit 1 more, 2 more design challenges, maybe have enough to get the midway building, and then purchase whatever else is left over before the next pass. All right, you guys, good luck to you. Hopefully that helps. Any questions that you have, put them down in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them next time.